One of the most common questions that I get asked about in our Facebook group is, what brand is best? Or, what brand do you use, Leah? Sometimes it's because the person knows about the third-party testing I pioneered a while back, which we did to discover what is really in those essential oil bottles. What brand is best was one of my first questions too, before I found out the questions that we should be asking instead. More on this later. As a certified clinical aromatherapist who doesn't sell essential oils, this is a topic I try to avoid due to the drama that often comes along with it. But in today's episode, I'm going to go there, and I'll share with you what the results were from our first round of third-party testing. Are you ready?
If you're going to learn about using essential oils safely, get your information from someone who doesn't profit from selling them. Leah Jacobson is an essential oil safety expert with the honor of educating over 1 million health-conscious families on safe remedies for themselves and their loved ones. Welcome to Using Essential Oils Safely with Leah Jacobson.
Brands. One thing to leave out of the dinner table conversation along with politics and religion, am I right? But it's an important topic and likely one of the first things that we'll want to know before we really get into essential oils. A company rep messaged me years ago when I was teaching about herbs and natural health and considering looking into essential oils as another tool in the belt. I remember telling her I was not ready to sign up for her company until I did my research and determined if it was truly the best brand out there or not. At the time, I believed if I could unlock the secret of the best essential oil company, using them would be easy. Boy, was I wrong. But it did take me on a journey that quickly put me on the trail of my certification, and the rest, as they say, is history. Although it's important to be sure the essential oils you are using doesn't contain synthetics, additives, fragrances, or adulterants, the secret is this. Are you listening? Safety is not determined by the brand, but by the essential oil itself. No matter which brand you decide to go with, it's important that you use that brand safely. Example number 1, peppermint essential oil, no matter how high the quality is, naturally contains high levels of menthol. Menthol has been shown to mimic the cold receptors in the lungs, similar to how it makes your skin feel cool in those icy pain blends, and cause children to feel like they can't breathe very well. This is because it can slow respiration and cause labored breathing. Example number 2, clove essential oil naturally contains high levels of eugenol and is anticoagulant. This can cause the blood not to clot, which can be dangerous for people on blood thinners, about to have surgery, or prone to nosebleeds. These examples are not reflective of the brand, or due to adulteration, or additives, but are based on the naturally occurring constituents in a high-quality essential oil. So Leah, how do I know what brands to use? I get asked a lot what my opinion is about various essential oil companies. There are so many brands out there and new ones cropping up every month. We have so many options, we can be as picky as we want. To decide which brand or brands you want to purchase from, there are several factors to consider. The level of accuracy of the safety information provided on the essential oil profile pages, the safety information provided on the label itself, the selection of essential oils, if they offer toxic essential oils for sale, the involvement of aromatherapy professionals in their business, if they offer GCMS reports right on their website, the quality of their essential oils, no fillers, additives, synthetics, adulterants, and if they acknowledge that essential oils do expire and have a shelf life. I'm going to dive deeper into some of these factors in upcoming episodes, and I know you're probably dying to know what those third-party test results were. But first, if you'd like to refer back to this content, you can watch, read, and listen to these episodes over on leahjacobson.com/brands. On that page, you'll find more info on this controversial topic of essential oil brands. But if you don't want to wait, you can grab my book, Choosing Brands, or access the newly released Brands portal. That link again is leahjacobson.com/brands. So, how about those test results? First, let's briefly go back about a dozen years ago when I was first learning about essential oils. I didn't want to start using them until I had the answer to what I thought was the most important question: what brand is best? After doing my research, which meant combing all the websites of zillions of companies, I came to one conclusion: they all claimed to be the best. It was then I stumbled on certification, and during my training I learned about GCMS testing. It's when they take a fancy machine and check the contents of essential oils on a molecular level to determine the purity. They can see just how much menthol is in that peppermint, and if things have been added or removed after distillation. I was intrigued. Could this be the answer to discovering which brand is best? Or at least which ones were pure and which ones were not? I took it to my followers. At the time, I was focused on natural health, sauerkraut fermentation, cloth diapers, homeschooling, and to my surprise, a lot of them were also curious to learn about essential oils. And not just learn about them, they were willing to donate funds to get them tested, and we did. We sent in samples of myrrh from the two big MLM companies at $60 to $90 a pop, an organic brand, one from an herb company, and Oracacia, whose bottle was only $15. The results came back. The organic one was a winner by a smidge, but just as good was Oracacia and the MLM brands. This meant we did not have to pay $60 to $90 for a bottle of myrrh when the $15 bottle was just as good. We went on to test tea tree and peppermint, boy was that eye-opening, and saw the same thing. The expensive brands were not necessarily higher in quality. In fact, we discovered one company was adding an adulterant to make their peppermint smell better. But this was a case where you didn't have to pay a premium to get a high-quality essential oil. So there you have it. In my next episode, we'll dive deeper into the questions I presented today, and I'll include what the answers should look like for a trusted brand. I'll include a cheat sheet you can print out for easy reference. If you found this helpful, share with a friend so we can use essential oils safely together.